We'll call this meeting the order of the Blackhawk County Board of Supervisors for December 7th, 2021. Roll call, Mr. Beater.
Leyland.
Here.
Little.
Here.
Schwartz. White.
Here.
Jelka.
Have a moment of silence to reflect on our actions of the day. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have the agenda received as proposed or as amended?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion is approved. Any public comments? Anyone from the public here want to comment about anything other than what's on the agenda? Seeing none. Anyone from the online have any comments they'd like to make?
Looks like Barb Grant. She has her hand raised. Barb Grant.
Oh, Barb, go ahead. Barb Grant.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure how I raised my hand. I was just joining.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
All right, thank you. Seeing none, I'll move on to claims and payments. Mr. James?
I'm Mr. Bronner, I hope.
Yeah.
This week's expenditures total $164,782.14. Sheriff's Department makes up $32,846. Maintenance Department $12,246. Medical Examiner $19,736, and finally Secondary Roads $18,556. Everything looked normal.
Motion to approve.
Second. Any further discussion? This resolution, please answer as your name is called.
Leyland.
Yes.
Little.
Yes.
White.
Yes. Resolution adopted. Next is minutes approved for November 30th, 2021. Or hold it. Receive project updates from department heads and elected officials. Sorry. Going to speed the meeting up a little bit. Morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Board. Kathy Nicholas, County Engineer. This morning there's a 20% chance of snow or precipitation, so our snow plows are ready. We have salt and sand delivered to the Elk Run shop and the LaPorte City shop. Those are our two out shops that have their own hoop buildings. And of course Longfellow has sand and salt ready to go as well. So we are prepared for any type of precipitation. Grundy Road is now buttoned up for the season. Technically it's substantially complete. I've told you before, we're just wintering over with that project. There will be erosion control and then some seeding most likely in the spring. And crews are busy cutting brush throughout the county, and then our inside staff is busy working on project completion, project delivery for the upcoming resurfacing projects and bridge projects for the next few years. Can I answer any questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else have updates? Anyone online got updates?
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to acknowledge that today is the 80th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor that brought the United States into World War II. And I'm sorry, were you going to talk about that later?
At the end.
Okay, well, you still
okay.
can.
It can be at
Well,
the beginning.
There were over 2,000 Americans who died then, and it's a proper time to remember the sacrifice of our veterans.
Thank you, Grant.
Thank you.
Moving on to minutes approved for November 30th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Moving and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye.
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 Minutes are approved. We have a hearing at 9:05. Moving on to the consent agenda by resolution.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion on any of the items? Hearing none, this is a resolution. Please answer as your name is called.
Little.
Yes.
Leyland.
Yes.
White.
Yes, resolution adopted. This is other business. This is a 905 hearing bid opening on the proposed Grundy Road paving project LFM 5004 7X07. Motion to receive and place on file proof of publication.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. It is approved. Motion to close the hearing after oral or written comments are received.
Second.
Moved in second. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. It is approved. Bids to be received, open and read. Bid deadline was 3 o'clock yesterday.
All
Ready,
bids-
Kathy?
Yes, all bids were received by 3 p.m.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, it looks like we've told you this will be our first electronic bid opening.
Oh, that's
So
okay.
here we are, we're going to try this out this morning. It looks like we have received one bid from Aspro Incorporated.
Have to go to my computer and do it.
Okay.
It's not working right now.
We're having a technical difficulty. Could we move on to another agenda item and come back?
Uh,
Yeah, I got one question.
Yes.
We got one bid. How many bids who did we send out to, or don't we? Or we do the,
We solicited, I believe, 4 or 5 other asphalt contractors, as well as PCI, for example, as another vendor contractor. I did contact several of them yesterday. Matthew Incorporated from out of Wisconsin, Onalaska, Wisconsin. I contacted them. I also contacted Monatch yesterday and just left them messages that we would like to encourage them to bid on our project. That's all I've done. I believe we did send another solicitation or notice of the project to a Des Moines contractor. So we did see that 4 or 5 contractors had received the information.
Is there does Cedar Rapids have a big asphalt company?
Yes, they have, for example, LL Pelling.
Do we ever send bids up there? I mean, do we solicit them, or?
I don't recall if we sent them a notice of this. Generally, we haven't in the past.
And you said you reached out to several in the last few days.
Right.
I think just kind of trying to make certain we have as many as possible.
Yes.
And
So did anyone give you a reason why they weren't bid?
The one company I contacted just said that they did look at the plans, the project, but they just didn't think it was a good fit. They weren't interested.
What was your estimate on this, Kathy?
The engineer's estimate was it 4.4? I believe it was $4,400,000. And again, this is a 50-50 split with Grundy County and Blackhawk County.
At a $4 million project, we only get one bid.
It appears that way.
well, and people are busy.
So the bid is from Aspro Incorporated, Waterloo, Iowa, $4,245,231.28. 4,245,231.28.
Thank you.
You got any other questions for her, Tom?
No, that's it.
Okay. Bids to be received and opened and read. They've been read. Do we have a motion that the supervisors review and place on file the bids to allow time for
Second.
review said bids recommended by Kathy Nicholas? Moved and seconded. Any discussion, further discussion on this? Hearing none. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
It is approved. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Next is discussion, county preparedness, and possible updates for COVID-19. Good morning, Nafisa.
Good morning, Board. Dr. Nafisa Bonye, Blackhawk County Public Health. We are still at a high for COVID. Over the weekend, we had 179 cases, it's just continued to increase. This was expected with the cold weather, so we urge people to get vaccinated. That's really the best way to prevent serious illness and COVID-19 deaths. As I communicated last week, the vaccination rates have been increasing for the 5 to 11-year-olds, but still it's pretty small. So last week it was about 8%. Now we're at 9% of 5 to 11-year-olds with at least one dose. We have our 65% of our fully vaccinated individuals, 12 and over, in Blackhawk County. We're monitoring the Omicron variant. It was first identified in California on December 1st, and now it's reported in 17 states as of December 6th. So as people start to think about holiday seasons and traveling, it's been reported in Washington, D.C., California, Colorado, Connecticut, Georgia, Hawaii, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Utah, Washington, and Wisconsin. As of December 6th, we have not heard of any reported cases of the Omicron variant in Iowa, but SHL continues to monitor and test for the samples just to make sure that if they are any reported or identified case, they would communicate that to us. So really the most important thing is to continue to urge individuals to get vaccinated. We know last week in talking to our healthcare systems, the census was pretty high. So vaccines is the way to go. That's where we're at. Any questions for me?
Oh.
No?
Tom, any questions for?
No.
Okay.
Thank
you. Thank
Thank you.
Any reports or information from the board, or anybody else got any information they want to share on COVID? Just a reminder that pay some respects over the next few days in the honor of Bob Dole. I met him when I was out on honor flight, and he was a great man. He did a lot of good things. I liked some of the stuff he did. He made a great statement the last few years he was alive about working together, and that's what the United States government needs to do, to get back to working together as a whole unit, not as Democrats and Republicans, but as Americans. With that, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.